In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a software simulation in SmartBuilder. This is meant to be hands-on, so I recommend that every few seconds you pause the video and then repeat the steps yourself in SmartBuilder. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I've got a sample lesson here. It's just got 2 sample pages. And before we record, it's sort of best practice to make your page area match what your recording size is going to be. By default, you can see most SmartBuilder lessons are going to be 1,000 pixels wide by 563. My monitor is 1920 by 1080. You could record your videos that large if you wanted to, if you need that much real estate, but it does make it a little bit hard to work with a recording when it's that large. A good sort of intermediate size, I think, would be around 1400 pixels. So I'll choose 1400. And then a common aspect ratio would be 16:9. That implies for me a height of 790. Right now, when I change that, it's just going to be applied to page 1, my current page. If you want to apply it to all pages in your lesson, you'll need to check the box here to apply it to all pages in your lesson. Okay, so now we have a good page size, and we're ready to record. Go ahead and on the main toolbar, click New Screen Recording. If you do see this button to run an access check, go ahead and click it. And then that should enable your capture button. So we'll click Capture. And we'll want to make our recording area as large as we previously decided. So 1400 by 790. And if whatever your application is, if that window is not matching your red area, you'll want to resize that as well. Okay, that's a good match, and let's go ahead and click record. Now, in this example, I'm going to be teaching people how to use Windows Explorer. So let's say, for example, we want to add a folder. So we'll go up here, we'll click on the New button, we'll choose Folder, and then for a name, we'll type Project Media, and press Enter. Now, let's say we want to drag an image into that folder. We'll select it, and then drag it, and then release it. Now let's say we want to open up a document, and I'm going to make a mistake here on purpose. I'm going to double click on Doc 1, and let's say that's not the document I wanted to work with, so I will close that, and then I'll double click on Doc 2. I'm going to go ahead and pause here and resize this to fit within my red area, because otherwise the people watching the tutorial won't be able to see the whole interface. And then I'll continue. And let's say now that I've opened up the correct document, all I want to do is close it by clicking on this red X. And let's assume that kind of ends our tutorial. So I'll go ahead and click Stop. And that will bring up the Trim Screen Recording window. So that allows you to preview the video and make any edits you need to it before you save it. So here you can just click on Play. And let's say we want to trim something out. The reason I made that mistake earlier on purpose was I'm going to show how we can get rid of it. So I'll just drag the playhead. Remember that after we renamed the folder, we opened up the wrong Word document. So let's find where that was. Okay, so right around here, after we dropped that image here, that's when we opened up the Doc 1. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that out. So we don't want that. We'll cut that out. Then we can have the learner click on Doc 2, which is the one we wanted to have them open. So we'll click Save Recording. Okay, so here on the screen recording window, we can name our video. I mean, you don't have to, but it makes it a little bit easier if you're going to have multiple videos to name them. So here I'll call it Using Windows Explorer. And we have the option to insert it as a video on a single page or do step-by-step pages. We'll go ahead and use the step-by-step teach mode. There's a teach and a test mode. And then we'll just leave our default settings here, keeping it at its original size and inserting at the 0, 0 coordinates. And we will click Insert. So that will insert the simulation, the step-by-step simulation, into your flow. And this is a good place to end this tutorial, and we'll go on to how you can actually change each of the pages and fine-tune them in the next video.